I welcome you once again to Jorut Academy. This happens to be our third lesson on the development of bow and arrow game in Excel. Please, I beg of you to subscribe to this channel. Help us grow this channel so that we can bring you more tutorials and training. Now, in today's lesson, we are going to create a macro to run when we click on the play button. So if you go to the game board, you see you have the play button. Yes, you are going to code it so that when you click on the play button, the apple and the arrow move. So with this, we are going to need the apple and the arrow. So this is what you are going to. Let's go to the coding screen. We are going to make reference to this sheet here. Sorry, this variables here. So we are going to still use them. So the first one, we are going to use the sheet, the setting sheet, and the game sheet. That is two sheets. We also use the arrow, then the apple on the tree too. We are going to use that one too. So we are going to copy this line of code here. Then we come this side, create the sub. So first of all, create the sub play. Then you can hit the enter. Then you come and paste the variable, the values for the variables inside. Now we still need some other variables again, but let's continue. And the next thing we're going to do here is okay, so we use this one. Okay, so we still need this one. So let's copy this one too. That is the apple with the arrow. We're going to need that. We're going to use that one too. So you copy, then you come and paste that one too here. Okay. So the next thing you're going to do now is you need to set some range. Make reference to the sheet, the setting sheet. Let's show you something here. Okay, so with the setting sheet, you see that when we click on reset or the default settings, the status of our apple and the arrow are all stopped. But we want to change the settings, so when we click on the play button, this status will change to another one. So that's what you are going to do now. So let's give a code for that. So this is what you are going to code. We are going to use WASH, which is the worksheet that we declared, that the worksheet for setting, that the worksheet we have named as settings. So dot the range then from the range you can see that it is found in C2. So let's confirm and see if good. So it is here C2 and C3. That's where we are going to deal with for now. So C2, okay, you need to bring quote C2, then close your quote, close your brackets, dot value. Sorry. Okay, dot value will now be equal to move. Okay. Now this line of code is saying that when you click on the play button, the status of the range, which is the first range, which is the arrow, should change to move. Okay. So we need to create some some loop here or some movement here. So you are going to use this. Then this is the code you are going to type. Let's type X. Then you bring your code column here. Then you type VBA dot do events. So we want to use the do event variable here or do event function here for this purpose. So after you have typed that, you are going to give a condition. So this is the condition you are going to give. It says if WSH, which is the settings sheet dot range, and which range are you referring to? You are referring to the status range, which is C2. And let's see what is found in C2. C2 is the status for, I think, Apple. Yes, the status for Apple. Okay, so with that, we are telling the system that if the range, which is C2, or the status of the Apple is equal to stop, then something must happen. So what should happen? Then we exit the sub. Okay. Then exit the sub. That means if the range which we just selected, if it is stop, that means the play shouldn't work. That means the sub, which is what the macro here, should exit. Okay, so now after this line of code, we are now going to tell the system that when the play button is clicked, the top of the apple, which is this apple, let me show you something. The top of this apple, that is the distance between the top here and the apple, where the position of the apple at each particular moment, should be equal to the apple top plus the range, which is what, B2, that is the speed range for the apple, should be equal to, should be plus that. So the range you selected is 2. That means it is plus 2. That means to move in that medium or in that speed, that accelerated speed. So that's what it wants to tell us. So this is the code that we are going to use for that. So let's go to the coding screen and type this. So apple top, apple.top should be equal to apple.top plus WSH, which is the settings sheet dot range, into brackets, the range is B2. The range is B2 dot value. Okay, so that's the meaning of that code. Then the next thing is we need to set another condition, that when the apple moves or the apple is in motion and it reaches a particular distance, it should go up and what, and start again. So let's say the apple is moving to this direction. The moment it reaches a particular direction, it should go back and start from the initial position until you click on the pause. So that is the code that we are going to create now. And we all know the initial position of our Apple. So let's see from the code the initial position of our Apple from the reset button. So where is it? Apple top. So Apple top here is 23. That means we are going to make sure that when the position or when the Apple reach a certain position, issue pause or issue restart. Okay, so let's use the message board to check the position that we want it to reach. So let's move the mouse to the Apple to this side. Okay, then let's go to our code and use the message board to display the position of the Apple. So let's ignore this one and come and place it here. So let's type msg box message box, then Apple .top. Okay, then let's run it and see what it happens. Okay, so the distance at this very moment is 446. So we are going to tell us, so let's select this line code from here, and we want to tell the system that if the Apple is moving and it reached that position, which is 442, Apple.top is greater than if the Apple.top is greater than 442, then the Apple should go and start from the initial position. So the Apple.top will now be equal to the initial position of our Apple from the reset was what? 23. So dot 23. Okay, then you end it with this go to X. Good. So now let's go to our board end. Now let's see something here. Now we are going to assign the code that we just created to this button. So click on it, right click, then you click on assign my code. Then the play is here. Just let's change this one to this workbook. Then click on play, then okay. So now let's click on the play button and see the effect. You see, good. But there's one thing we left out in our previous lesson. See that when you click on low, when you click on, see, let's change this one to 1 for now, and I want to show you something. When you go to when you click on low, the low is selected. It will be in the slow motion, but when you change it to any of the high, any of the speed, it will still be moving in the same speed. So there's one thing we need to do. So let's go to the developer again. Let's select it. Sorry. I'll go back to. Let's right click on the this thing, the combo box here, and go to format control. To go to format control. Okay, so let's reset it. Let's go to format control. Good. Now with this, we see in the previous lesson 2, we created the input range, but we did not link the cell to the cell at the setting sheet. So we need to link the cell. So you click on this one, then go to the settings sheet and then link it to this. That is the output speed. Link it to this. So the moment there's a change, this one also must change. Then the arrow speed will also change. Then you click on OK. Now let's see some. Set it on play so that it's now moving as selected high. But when you change to low, so that the speed will change. When you change to medium, it will increase a bit. But the moment you change to high, so that the speed will be moving. Now the next thing we are going to do now is to create a macro for the pause. So let's go to our developer and then create a macro for that. So we're going to create sub pause, then hit on enter. Okay, so you have the ending and the starting sub. So inside the sub, we are going to use the setting sheet as reference. So we are going to copy this now, put here set WHS is equal to that so and so there. So you copy, then you come and paste it here. Then we type this code WSH.range bracket open, then you set the range. So now because we have already linked, or we have already tell the system that if this system is, or these two systems, if the range here is indicating stop, the sub should exit. That means the system should stop, or the movement of everything should stop. So we are going to make reference to this. So the range is C2 to C3. So the range, type the range here, C2 to C3. Then you close your bracket. Dot value. Is equal to stop. Good. Then end it. So now let's go back to, let's save it. As you do your work, try to save it as time goes on. So let's go to this and then assign this macro to that. So pause here, just click on OK. Now let's test it. So let's hit on the play. It's moving, it pause, it stops. You reset, it will start again. You click on play to move, pause, it will stop. Good. So we are through with this. So in the next lesson, which will be the coding of the shoot button and probably the exit button. Then also tell the system that if an arrow is shoot, this value should reduce, and if an arrow hits the apple, this value should increase. So let's meet in the next lesson, and try to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like and share our page. God bless you all. Bye bye.